I never thought owning my own ranch would land me in the middle of the most ridiculous feud I'd ever seen. My family's land stretched for hundreds of acres, untouched by homeowners associations, or so I thought. But when the HOA from the neighboring development realized their property line was close to mine, they decided they had a say in what I could and couldn't do. It started simple. I wanted to dig a new well on my land. My cattle needed more water, and I wasn't about to depend on the unreliable old pump system anymore. I hired contractors, got all the permits, and even consulted with the county. Everything was legal. But the moment I brought in the equipment, the HOA president stormed onto my land, waving papers and shouting that I was violating neighborhood standards. I laughed at first. My land wasn't in their HOA, but they didn't care. They sent me threatening letters, fines, and even filed a complaint with the county. Of course, the county sided with me, but the HOA didn't stop. They dragged me through months of nonsense meetings, all while their massive cattle farm, 1,500 headstrong, depended on the very water line that ran through a small easement on my property. Here's the kicker. Years ago, their HOA begged my grandfather to let them connect to his water line. Being the generous man he was, he agreed, but only under the condition that it was revocable if they ever disrespected the land. That agreement still stood, and when I reread it, I realized I had every right to end their access. So, after their final attempt to block my well complete with calling the sheriff on my made the call. With a licensed plumber and a county inspector present, I legally shut down their connection to my water supply. Within hours, their cattle farm was scrambling. Trucks of water had to be brought in. Their costs skyrocketed overnight. The HOA president came back, fuming, demanding I reconnect them. I calmly handed her the old contract and said, "You should have read the fine print before messing with me." She turned pale. Now my well is running smoothly, my cattle are thriving, and the HOA. They're still spending thousands a week hauling water to their property. Turns out trying to control a rancher on his own land isn't such a smart idea. Some people learn the hard way. Don't bite the hand that waters you. Asterisk, this story is just the beginning. There's so much more ahead. Subscribe to the channel to join me on this journey.